Hey guys, I wanted to make a quick video just showing off a little bit of the 1 week I've been using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. I'm not experienced with this at all, and I kind of wanted to make that a little bit of the point of it, is that this is basically what I've learned in 1 week of getting it and using it with Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So I'm going to focus on Pathfinder 2nd Edition stuff because that's what I've been doing, and there hasn't been that many videos specific for it. So I'm probably not gonna know everything that's going on. I might get some stuff wrong. There might be some things that those of you that have used it for longer can see and be like, hey, there's an easier way to do that. And that's kind of the point, because I want to show a little bit of the learning curve to see, so that you can see how much I've learned how to make in 1 week. So I'm going to go through a few of the things one by one, but I'm not going to spend too much time on each. So this is where you start once you open the software. So I have my 2 games created here. These are the game systems you install. You just kind of install a system, and like say if you wanted Pathfinder, not Pathfinder, D&D 5e. See, when I click on these, it always takes a little while to open up. I don't know if it's just my internet or if it's a normal thing, but sometimes it takes a second to pop up. So there's a few different systems here, and this is all, for those of you who don't know what Foundry is, it's all fan-made, volunteer-made, or most of it, as far as I know. I have tried a few other VTTs. In my opinion, this is basically the best way to play 2nd edition online right now. I haven't tried all of them, of course, but I've tried Roll20, and to be honest, their character sheet is awful, and you have to pay for it. I've tried Astro, but just the demo, it was cool. Nothing wrong with Astro, but I kind of like the business system of this one. If you've ever used map tools, that's kind of what it's like. It's just kind of people just put their stuff on, and it gives you a little more control of things. One-time payment, $50, and it's just the DM that has to pay that, and people log in through a website very similar to Roll20. This is an important part of what I really like about Foundry, and it's the modules. So basically, as you can see, I got a lot in the week that I've been playing around with this. So they're very easy to install. You just kind of click the install module here. And again, it takes a little bit for it to pop up. Yeah. There we go. And then you just click install. Just for the hell of it, I'm going to create something just to show you how to activate the mods inside once you're in the game. I have no idea which one I'm going to use though. I've kind of tested everything already that I wanted. This is something I wish there was, like a little button that shows you which one you already had installed, but I don't know if that's the thing or not. Let's do this about face. Okay, yeah, simple enough. Also, you can click on these and it'll take you right to the GitHub or GitLab link of where it's created, so you can get some more information. So we're just going to click on that one, and it will pop up here anytime now. There we go. Usually percentages go up. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to go into my game world. So you go here. Okay, so it installs successfully, and that comes up every once in a while. Oh, this is alpha. It's still an alpha. However, in alpha, it's still better than anything else out there, in my opinion. So I loaded up this map that I made for a one-off. There's a few things that you're going to see that are modules, and I will put an annotation at the bottom on which module it is, because a lot of the stuff here I've been messing around. So, for example, this image, like the Pathfinder icons and all that, that's not the core. That is a module that I installed. So once you've actually installed the module, you have to activate it. So you go to this one here, Manage Modules, and there's About Face. And then once you've done that, oh, sorry, my bad. You actually have to save Module 6. We'll do a reload. And some modules, you have configurations for them. So you go here, Module Settings, and it will give you, like, for example, that one. It's just like enable and options, depending on each. I'm not going to spend too much time on those. I'll just scroll up here a little slowly if you want to see what I use. Maybe I'll go through them later. Okay, so we're going to go one by one. And also, I am going to log in through Chrome to a vision, like how my player would see this. So you send them a link for them to join. I'll show you where to get. And they select their character. This image in the back, by the way, is customizable. You can put whatever image you want. And join the session. So, what? Oh, I chose the wrong character. Sorry, my bad. I changed character so we don't have a token in that scene anymore. There we go. So this is the character that he owns. Didn't do that yet. So, oh, it's because I had paused. You unpause it. So you pause and pause with space. Oop, and he can move his character around with the keyboard. Oh, well, that's what the About Face does. It moves the characters where they're facing. I guess that would look a lot better if you're using top-down tokens. So we can see a little bit about what they can do. See, he actually shouldn't be able to see this. I think I didn't reset Follow last time I was checking. So for Follow, you go here, there, reset Follow. So you shouldn't be able to see this part here. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, there's a few things that Foundry has, especially with this lighting, that no other VTT that I've seen has, is, for example, if you see this rock here, he can see the rocks, but he can't see behind the rocks, and that's called environmental walls. So it looks really cool when you... Sorry, I'm going to take off the About Face. There we go. Where did it go? Well, weird. Okay. Well, I'm sure someone in Discord will watch this and tell me what I did wrong and how I can get rid of it. But anyways, it looks really cool on things that you want them to be able to see but not behind. So like rocks, it looks really cool on buildings like houses and roofs and such like that. I also forgot to mention when I started that I apologize about the audio quality. I don't make videos often or at all, and I was playing around with it quite a bit, and I couldn't figure out how to get rid of the background noise, but hopefully you can hear me fine. Okay, so if you can see this, you see this wall here. That's something that most VTTs have. Okay, you can't go through there. But what is cool is this is a one-sided wall. So he can see down, but he can't see back up. Yeah, see? That's something I'd never seen in a VTT before. But anyways, going back here. So you have the characters, and this is the Pathfinder 2nd Edition stuff. So this, personally, this is a beautiful, beautiful character sheet. There is another video that shows you how to build it, so I'm not going to go through that, and I might link it at the bottom. It's not mine, but someone had it. So everything here is clickable. So for example, for dying, you click once, you click twice, and it lets you roll it directly from here as well. So let's say he's at 0 HP, and he's dying. He can roll his death save automatically here. That's a mod. And so he failed, so his dying value increased by 1. I was under the impression it would increase automatically, but I guess not. Increase your value by 1. So it calculates automatically the DC, so there you go. So they're told him to decrease his value by 2, so it does it all that automatically. I believe if he gets healed... Okay, that's weird, because I was under the impression that once you healed it, the wounded value went up, but I might just be misremembering. So how this works with like actions and such, there's a compendium here that has pretty much all the rules set for Pathfinder 2nd edition. So let's say I want to add an action here just because I want quick access to it. So you can go to Actions and grab Aid. He already has it there. We'll grab, let's say, basic actions are not on his character sheet because I didn't put them there when I created. So all you do is drag and drop. And there it is. Simple as that. Burrow, there you go. Gotta remove them though because I don't want to confuse him when he logs in again. Well, I can still click. So his inventory is here. Same thing with equipment. How am I doing? Okay. So all you have to do to add something to his equipment is drag it in here, and it will drag automatically into what category category goes to. There's some basic macros. So spellbook, I'll show you on the wizard. So the spellbook here, she put how many first level spells she has. She can. How was it that she marked it as used? Oh, that's the focus spells. Yeah, so that's focus. No, that's scrolls. That's a scroll. Okay, so this is her prepared spell. So this is her cantrips. This is what's on her spellbook. So she can add and take away as she likes. I'm not sure what I did there. Oh, there we go. New spell. So if she got a new spell there, we're not going to add a spell to her list. So say, for example, she's used that spell. She just clicks there, and it marks it as, okay, she's done with that one today. And there. And if she wants to replace it when she's preparing her spells, she can delete them, and it'll just have an empty spell slot. It's not going to delete the slot, and then she can just drag and drop. And it's super easy to get your prepared spells there. Skills, so everything you change, you increase with a left click, and you decrease with a right click. So it doesn't actually automatically do this. It's very much like having a physical sheet in front of you. It's not going to tell you you are not an expert, or it's not going to stop you. It is what it is. So feats, it's the same with the compendiums. So feats are here, and yeah, like say for example, if you were to move this, it's going to let you do it. It's not limiting you by your build. And as in real life, there's nothing to stop you from writing whatever you want on your character sheet. You just know you're not supposed to. That's what the key is. So yeah, feats, biography. One cool thing, for example, let's say she wants to smack someone with a staff. She can literally just go into her inventory, hit the staff, and it's going to show up here. So it shows her the description of the item she clicked, and she can roll right there. Okay. And with a -5, -10. If it were an agile weapon, that would be a -4. If she hits, there's stuff right there. And there's also the actions right here. So she can roll the strike right away from there. That's experimental. Those you can't move down to your hotkey yet, but you can move this one. So if you want to just have hotkeys here for all your stuff and for your spells as well. So for example, if you have, let's say she has Acid Splash, she clicks it, there you go. Everything from Acid Splash, she can roll the attack from here, and she can roll the damage from here. All that functionality, as far as I remember, is core. This right here is a mod, and it's just like a quick access to her stuff. So she can roll her fortitude saves from here. Like, say if she doesn't have 2 screens and doesn't want to be messing around with her character sheet, she can roll stuff directly from here. I'm gonna go back to this view. This is something pretty cool as well. So one thing with control, you can measure distance, like before you make your move actions. Well, your actions, because there's no move in standard action anymore. But yeah, you can also, like, this is a bit clunky. It takes a little. So if you're doing that and you press space, no, sorry, not that. If you're doing that and you let go and you press click again, like if you don't want to make a straight line, it'll tell you, like, for example, yeah, so he wants to move here. So that's 30 feet. So then you can let go and then press space and it'll make the move. So let's say, for example, I'm going to just move all these guys up here. Wait, this down 30. So let's say they're fighting this, this ogre here. So yeah, so if he wants to know if he has enough room to move all the way around him, he can use that. So control there, click, click. So yeah, he knows he can move there with 30 feet, assuming he has 30 feet. No, he doesn't. And then he can just move. Oh, I moved back. Okay, yeah, so, well, you get the idea. Rotating tokens. I think the about face is messing it up for me right now. Oh no. So to rotate tokens, you press Control and the wheel on the mouse. If you right click, you can see all this. This is a mod here. I find it's really cool. It's called Torch. You just click it and it automatically gives your character a torch. So I'm going to show you lighting later, but everything here. Here is status effects. So for example, I've noticed some of them have status effects that automatically show up. Others don't. So for example, if you go to the Barbarian, I have him here. This Barbarian is a giant instinct Barbarian, so he's always clumsy because he's carrying a massive sword. So the clumsy brings down his AC automatically. So for example, if we take it away, his AC is going up to 18. And also there are macros that you can make them yourself, but there's a few that come with the system. So for example, the Rage macro and the Inspire Courage macro come here. So again, you go to the compendium, you go to PF2 macros, and they're here. So if you want to give access to your players to a specific macro, so for example, let's do take a breather. You right click, import, and then save macro, and then on the player side, the player can go here and all the saved macros are here, and then he can just drag them onto his hotkey. So for example, if he goes Inspire Courage, where are you there? Oh, wait. Which one did I just do? I don't remember. But anyways, that's how it works. So for example here, if the bard in the group is inspiring him, he can just click there. You can just click there. Making me look bad. There we go. So now he's automatically, everything he does is rolling at a +1, and the damage is also rolling at +1. So for example, you see here, there's the bonuses for his strike. There's his dex, his trained, and his inspired courage. And all he has to do to take it off is click again, and it will come here no longer inspired. So that is I find is super cool. I haven't seen many other VTTs that do that. So also, there's this here, which is templates. So, for example, let's say the wizard or the bard is doing Inspire Courage, and he wants to make a template of where his Inspire Courage effects. It shows up there. Let's say the wizard wants to see how much who would be affected by a 15-foot cone. Oh, that's 10-foot cone. Okay. So it'll show her. Same with squares. Oh, that one's even with decimals. That's cool. So there you go. To delete them, you just click them and press delete. Same with beams and such. So it just really makes your game so much easier. Like, honestly, I almost prefer playing like this than in person. I'm a guy, I use map tools to play, to display it on a virtual table at home with people moving around. I would honestly just give each of them a mouse to move their token around, so I wouldn't have to deal with all this stuff. What else we got here? We got tiles. So tiles are kind of just, from what I can understand, they're kind of just like drawings of stuff. And you can put the art there. So I'm going to show you. Let's see. Let's make one. Yeah, whatever, portraits, because we don't have to touch. So let's say the tiles. Stand it. So yeah. That's not. Okay, so the tokens are called actors. So this is not an actor. This is a tile. So players can actually move on that. So when I clicked him, it shows me what he can see. So I haven't messed around too much with tiles. I know you can do some animated tiles. All these, yeah, these are tiles. So I was trying to find a cool one for a flaming sphere. This one is a campsite, and if you see here, it's actually giving out light. So I'm going to show you this one mod here. This mod is I can't remember the name right now, but it's the calendar mod, and it has weather effects too. So let's say, for example, right now it's 7 a.m. So everything's bright and dandy, but if it were 6 p.m., also super cool, you can set kind of like what time of the year it is. So in the summer, it'll get darker later. You can import a bunch of different maps from different systems. So the Galarian one is here. I kind of wish the what you call it, like the holidays were built in, but you can put them in yourself, like Ascension Day and all that, and it will show up every day once the day starts. So it is now 6 p.m. Let's see if that changed at all. As you can see, it's still pretty bright, so I'm just going to move it forward. You can move it forward by like 15 minutes. Also, I wish there was like a cool image background or such, also, so you could see the icons there better, because I can't really spin that one. Now let's move it to 7 p.m. Yeah, I don't know if you could tell, it got a little bit darker. A little darker. And the campfire is giving out light. So to do that, you go to lighting. Oh, this is the walls, by the way. I'll get back to that. So I'm just gonna real quick check this. Is still recording? Yeah, still recording. Okay. That would suck. So here's the light for this one. So if I double click it, I can change a bunch of settings. And I did install a mod called Dancing Lights. So you can set the color to fire. You can have it move around a bit. You can make it, I don't know why it's not working actually. It should look a little more dancey, if you will. You can set the blur just to so that the line between dim light and bright light is a little more dim. So it's not like a hard line cut where one starts where one doesn't. It looks cooler, but also you kind of gameplay-wise, you sort of need to know where one starts and one doesn't. You can update all lights there. I'm going to do that right now. Let's see if that did something. I have a different map where I got it working a little better, so I'll show you that. Anyways, so there's and this is a transition to darkness and reset fog of war and transition to day. But because I use this mod here, I don't touch it very much because I kind of like it doing it on its own. So there's a button to go straight to midnight, and this is what my character sees, which I thought I gave him dark vision. Oh no, he has dim lights. Oh, there we go. There it's dancing a bit. So that's the bright light. That's the dim light. What else? Music. So you can add music, and this is something that you can do in areas as well. So for example, if I go to, where did I put my sounds? Here we go, music, environment, bonfire. That's what I was working earlier. So basically, when this guy, to make it daytime again, there's a button to skip to 7 a.m. as well. If the time actually passes in game, you'll see it light up slowly. So this should work. Yeah. So the closer he gets to it. Oh, I think I didn't record audio. But anyway, sorry about that. I don't know if it's going to show up audio, but the closer he gets, he hears the clicking and clacking of the fire. If he steps away, it stops. Except now, which is not stopping, which is the problem I was saying earlier. That is probably on my side. I don't know. I don't remember. It was working earlier though. But anyways, I'll turn that off because it's good. This is something I was experimenting with. Loot. So when you create a character, speaking of which, I'm going to show you. You create an actor. Create it here. There is an option called loot. So it gives you this type of character sheet. And you can add items to it. And if you give control of the items, no, it's not here. It is here. So here it tells you who can control this. And this is another permissions mod that shows you who has access. In this case, this guy's blue, so he has access to it. So he would be able to open this up and grab stuff from here into his character sheet and put stuff back. So they can't transfer items directly character to character because they don't each own that character. So an easy way for them to do it if they want to trade items is they can just drop it into the loot box and then the other character can pick it up. I've been experimenting with loot on corpses, like this, such like they win a battle, and I usually keep it invisible, and when they win, I make it show up, just so they can move it onto their character sheets or their party loot. I heard someone mention on the Discord that there was a way. No, it wasn't on the Discord. Actually, it was in the GitLab. That there was a way to change this sheet from a character sheet to a loot sheet on the fly, and it would show their loot so people could pick it up, but I could not reproduce it. I don't think it's a thing, but it might be a thing at some point. Let's see, what else we got? Drawing, I'm going to go into that. The walls. So as you can see, these walls here, so those are hard walls. They can't walk through them, and they can't see through them. The environment walls, the terrain walls, which I mentioned earlier, are the ones that are on these rocks. So you just draw around the rock. You have to circle them up. And they'll be able to see the rock, but if they stand at the bottom here, they won't be able to see up here. Also, that's another mod, but it's called ping. You just ping things. So that's the terrain walls. Invisible walls are walls that they can't walk through, but they can see through. So things like cells, like cell bars or windows. Ethereal walls are the opposite, so they can they can't see through them, but they can pass through them. Doors are just really easy to do. I'll show you on the other one. Actually, I'll switch to the other map now. So each map is called a scene, and they come up here. I didn't make that one, but like, for example, this bar I made. It's not showing my mouse for some reason. Just taking its time to look. Yep, there we go. Oh. I don't know why they disaligned. That's the second time that happens to me, and I think it has something to do with the environment part. Let me see if I can redistribute it. Yeah, there we go. So, doors are fairly easy. You just replace a wall for a door, so it's usually easier to just draw the doors first. And then, while you're playing, I'm just moving him over here. Player. Probably not taking that long to load. It's because so when he's here, this little door icon will show up, and he can click it, and it'll make a door noise and open up. I think the door noise might be a mod. I don't recall. But yeah, another mod I put in was that circle around it is just the initiative order. So this is the combat. So that just shows whose turn it is. So it should have gone to him. There we go. Yeah, so it shows whose turn it is, so it's easy to know. I'm sure you noticed the uninjured and unconscious part, that's the mod as well. Let's say if he's losing HP, that'll do that. That's also a mod. Music, I showed you the bonfire. You can also come up here and put some music from that you can download or just upload your own. I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know if I said it specifically to you. But yeah, music, self-explanatory. These here are journal notes. So if you want to have a journal note, and I use this a lot because I use pre-made modules. So for example, for let's say whatever, let's say I'm playing Fall of Pixel and they're exploring this area, and you know how the modules will have, they enter this, read this to the players. You enter this room and there's something hidden over here. So all that information, so I don't have to go and flip through a notebook or a module book. I'll put it right here. You can double click it and that will show up. I'm just going to actually show you. So it shows up there. So while they're playing, they can't see this unless you give them access to it, and the information will be here. You can put images on it too, and you can actually show your players. Let's say some of it actually has a note on it. So yeah, so this one here. So you can show your players. I'll ask you who you want to show it to. You just put show to all, and that will pop up in his thing. And this is another mod called Pop Out. So everything that shows up, including his character sheet, you can pop it out into a separate window, and just like move it to a second screen or whatever. If he wants to have his character sheet open on a second screen, he can do that. So that's journals. It's pretty self-explanatory. Effects, I think that might be a mod. I don't recall. And it's just like if you want to make smoke bomb or fireball or healing. Yeah, I had someone do the druid do the healing, and I did that, and they all thought it was pretty neat. Sacred Flame, it's unfortunately just one direction, which is kind of lame. And there's only 5 for now. The mod description says it's expanding, so hopefully it will. Use that. There's some effects you can make for the entire map as well. You can make it look, it's not called Predator. There's an old throne, like retro kind. Let's make it all bright. Oh, I don't want to leave. So if you can see here, I don't know if you noticed, but like my torches are moving, the candles are moving. Those are all animated assets that I found in mod. They all give out light. So let's say if it was dark in here. And let's go later. They're all dancing, they're all moving. It looks pretty neat. He can see through the windows, but not too much because he's not carrying a torch. But alas, if I gave him a torch, oh yeah. I wish that mod had a way to also make it dancing lights, but I mean, it's still good. Maybe someday. It's a bit bright for my taste, though, for a torch. But yeah. Let's see. This is also a mod, so a simple dice roller, so that they don't have to type in roll on d20. This is to select targets. So it does that, and you can also do it just by clicking Alt and click. And this part that I'm going to show you now, I'm going to add some people into the combat. This is a really cool time saver, and I just figured out this yesterday. You can right click that and pop up the combat tracker outside. You can roll an initiative for NPCs here, and if you're in a hurry, you can roll initiative for the characters. So characters roll their initiative here. They can choose which skill to use to roll it, because that's how it's like points. So we got our initiative here. We can also put it right here for this mod. I think that's set to perception. Let's test that. See if I move it to acrobatics and if it will change. Yeah, acrobatics. Yeah, so it does work. You just have to change it in the character sheet. So what was it? Yes. So there's a mod called I want to say Quick Rolls. However, it is going to be making it into the main Pathfinder 2nd Edition system. Next update, I believe. So for example, let's say Ulf is going to attack Blast. So if you target him, oh wait, I need to choose another one because I didn't give this guy. So let's say this guy. He was a non-combat NPC, so you don't know what's this thing. So let's say this guy here is attacking this guy here. What you do is, if you can see, I targeted him, and then when I do the strike, let's say I'm attacking with my longsword. It's going to automatically check against his AC and tell you if it's a success or not. You can also modify that to show you like how much did he pass it with, but I don't want my players to see that, and players can see those, so they can know right away if they managed to hit or not. And then once you actually hit, if you do the damage, as you can see, it didn't do it right now because there's things that can happen. They can raise the shield or whatnot. So here you can. So I rolled a 12 damage. I can click here to deal the full damage, deal half damage, or deal double damage. What's really neat about that as well. So let's just do that. Let's take away 12. And no, didn't work. Oh, I had myself targeted, so yeah. So my bad. He hit himself for doing damage, I guess. So let's say she's here, and she uses, let's say, a fireball. So she doesn't have fireball. I'll use electric. So she targets these two with electric. They can right away roll their saves, and it will tell you right away whether they crit failed. So once you have like a bunch of enemies and you're throwing a fireball, you can actually mark them all and have them all roll their saves in one go right away. You don't have to do it all at once. It's fantastic. I think it's fantastic. And then you can do the damage and have. I don't know, it's showing her as taking the damage, but that's something that I just need to figure out. And I don't want to get too much into it and try to figure out while I'm doing this, but yeah, so you can have, I actually think it's because she's not in the game. That's why it's kind of doing some weird stuff. Also, as you can see, these are all private roles. Anything you roll, you can set to blind roll, public roll, and all that. I don't know what else to go through. That's pretty much it. So that's the... Oh, wait. There's one thing, one module that for sure I have to show you guys. And it is the PDF importer. So PDF to Foundry, it's called. So you go here, it's already installed. And someone... I can't remember who made it, but this guy basically took all these PDFs for Adventure Paths and created them in Foundry. So if you own the file, you can open it, and it will check that you have a watermark. There's no parity, and it will load all the maps from your PDF, all the walls, all the journal notes, and it'll import them like so. So this is one I already loaded. Oops. So let's see. Let's say that one has no walls. The black roses. So you can see all these doors are already here. All the line of sight. I'm not sure if he did the journal entries for this one. The enemies are not put there, and I remember there was a reason for it. I think it's because they disappear when there's updates or something like that. But yeah, saves you a bunch of time. Because as you can see, like, those are the scenes, but like all the actors for the Absalom Initiative are here. So all the enemies, and you can just drag them and drop them. They're all there. It's all done for you. All the journal entries for the Absalom Initiation are there. All of that is in there already. I actually don't know what this is. Oh, roll table. Cool. I did see that at some point in the compendium. There is a roll table. So if you want to like drop items, you just let's say you want to drop third level consumables. Right here. Just roll it. There you go. Scroll to second level stuff. So for loot, for stuff like that, it all does it in here. You don't have to open up a different website or whatever. But yeah, that's all I can think about right now. There's a bunch of other stuff that cryptex. So all the art is something that because of copyright, it's a bit harder to make. Well, not harder, you just really can't. So for example, if you go to the bestiary, or the NPC gallery, let's say, they're all blank, but you can fairly easily put in your own stuff. So actually, let's bring it in here. So if you double click it, this is how their character sheet shows up. right away, straight from the get-go. All the bestiary ones, all of them are right here. You just drag and drop. All their stats are in there. All their spells. You can do all this straight from here. If you want to put a token on them or whatnot, you just click here. And I have this other mod. How do I do that? That so you can make this real fast. So let's say you saved an image and it's right there. Let's delete this. You click here. Go below that, and if you want to move it, just have to unlock it. You can move, you can zoom in or out. Not saving. Yeah, it's saved. The token. Okay, I know. Oh, it's because this has to be linked to actor data, and I'm pretty sure I have to actually move it into my actors and do it from there. But I didn't really want to do all that. But yeah, you can put images on a token very fast. Like it literally takes me about a minute and a half. I've already done it for like all my bestiary stuff, or most of them. I did get some help from someone in the Discord to get all this done pretty fast. There is a module called Compendium Mapper. So you can map all the images that you have saved on your computer to the tokens pretty quickly. That's all I'm really thinking about right now. There's so much going on, but it's just so useful. Just feel free to stop the video. I don't know. I'm just kind of messing around here at this point. But let's just see like what mods that I have installed. So that's the one for the calendar. I don't think I mentioned it also does weather effects. So, yes, actually, I'll just do it in the configuration so I can show you a little bit. These are actually, they usually show up with all the details. It's a mod that organizes them a little bit for you. So, you can create your own calendar. You can set what kind of environment this is. So, for example, this is a tundra. You can make it polar and such, and then the random weathers will be according to that. Ambient doors, yeah, that's the one that makes the sound when I open and close the door. Also, locked doors. I didn't mention locked doors. So, in locked doors, I think let's go back to the feed. So for example, let's say we were going to lock this door. Locked. Seems dead. And then we go back there. With my road here. If he tries to open the door, he won't be able to. I don't know if you can hear the sounds. It's making like try to open but locked sounds. So then of course you would ask them to do a thievery check if they wanted, and then you would have to be the one to unlock it. That'll be it. What else we got? This one was for translations. There's a bunch of translations, but I did not know how to get it working. Calendar weather, cautious game master. So this lets you disable. So for example, let's say I have an invisible token. I have them talking, and one of the players is out of sight of it or out of view. That won't show up for them. I don't really use that much, but a lot of people seem to like it. Chat images. Personally, I think this is something that should be core. So this should be there, but you can just throw images in the chat. Combat enhancements. This is the one that shows the the green line for their HP and such. This is just to move when you move them in the initiative. It will just change their number, I guess. combat utility belt is one that I haven't really figured out a lot, but from my understanding, what it does is it makes it so you can put like notes here to make like for conditions and reminders and such. But yeah, I haven't really played around with it too much. There's actually tracked resources here too at one point where you can enter values here, but I haven't figured out too much how to work it. Well, that's another thing with shields. So shields are actually, I should have logged in with the, actually yeah, I'm going to log in with the paladin to show you shields. Baby. Cool to see. Huh, first time I see that. Where is he not showing up? Oh, there he is. So I gave him dark vision by making his token. That's one thing that I wish it had, and I'm sure at some point it worked. There's not really an easy way to make characters with dark vision and dim light vision. Like, if they have dim light vision, all you can really say is, hey, if it's dim, just ignore it. Just ignore the fact that you can barely see. And for dark vision, you give them, like, unlimited dim vision, so they'll see a little darker. I hope at some point they make it so that it's black and white, like it's supposed to be. I assume there's a way to do it. I don't think it's being worked on. But anyways, that's not where we're starting. So, for example, let's say he raises his shield. There's a macro here that just raises his shield. And that will raise him the number that's here. His hardness is here. His breaking threshold is here. So let's say let's put these guys all in combat. And begin combat. So let's say let's go to the ogre. So the ogre is going to target Rogozov the paladin, and he is going. Let's give us HP. Sometimes HP helps fight. I don't know if it makes a difference mechanically, but there you go. So strike. So ogre hook. Success. So it passes. And let's say Rogozov here did a shield block. So we're going to roll the damage. And when we're selecting who's taking the damage, it's Rogozov, so we mark him. And we're going to mark here to select his shield. That means his shield's going to take damage as well. Right? So he is currently at 23 HP. His shield has a hardness of 5, so he should be taking 4, right? And his shield should be taking 4 as well. So we're going to check that, see if it works. So it says 9. Let's say, see how much got? Yeah, there we go. And what about his shield? His shield did not take any. Oh wait, no, I don't think it worked. I don't think the shield worked. Yeah, something to look into. I know there is a way to go to their token. You can actually put the shield HP there. So now here it's 17. Again, this is alpha. At one point I managed to get it working where the shield HP was showing up on top here. Again, this, well, one of them it's alpha, and another is I've been using this for a week, and it's not like every day, so I haven't been playing this every day. I've had 1-2 sessions, so I'm still very new to this. I'm clearly doing stuff wrong. Maybe you have to drag it back on for it, and drag it back for it to update. Yeah, there it is. There's the shield. So yeah, the shield's up here. So anyways, that's the shield raising. How did I even get to that? What was I talking about? mods. Right, mods. Let's go back to it. Yeah, combat enhancements. So, combat utility build works with combat enhancements. I honestly don't know what it does. Dancing lights, we talked about it. Not so, dice so nice. That's what makes the dice show up on the screen because it's not. If that's not core, token rotation. Like I mentioned earlier, to rotate a token, you just press Control and rotate them, but I hadn't figured that out yet. So I had that Florian one, and it was basically just click here and move it. Now that I know I can just click Control and scroll, I probably wouldn't even use it. Foreigns, unidentified items, that's a pretty cool one. So actually, let's say, let's go back to the chest let's do this chest here. Let's say this staff is a magical staff and you want to make it unidentified. You can click here, Mystify. Not an item, we're done with it, but of course it's an item. Let's see on the other side. I have to close combat. Otherwise you can't move. So here's side. Okay, so this is what I told you earlier. That's the party loop. And you can also open your character sheet. See, I guess. Got that. Can't see. Let's get him to straight areas. So, should be able to grab that and drag and drop. There you go. It works perfect. So, let's say it's not identified. Let's see if it works here. There you go. So now it's showing him as an unidentified item. You can still grab it, but until you as a DM tell them what it is, like, you can obviously describe it. It's a big hook or whatever, and then when they do their detect magic, their read magic, and then pass the check, then you can just say, you can go into his character sheet and unmystify it for him. There you go. Now the player knows. Oh wait, did I just put a peek? Is there something else I'm supposed to identify? There we go. So what does peek do? Let's test it out, shall we? No, it's not showing you mystify. Maybe it's because it's already straight. So let's mystify this short sword. So we'll bring it over here. Let's see what peek does. Oh, peek is just for you to see it, for you as the GM to see. Gotcha. Because you can all only see it. Okay, so that's what it is. So I find that really, really cool. I love that kind of mechanics in these games. So I love the fact that I can do secret rolls as well, easily. And I am going to show you. Oh wait, I didn't activate the mod that I just installed because it's not ready yet. No, it's not showing. So there is this mod called Let Me Roll That For You. Basically what you do, it shows a little dice over here, very similar to this one. So for example, let's say there's a secret check you want done, and so you click on the character, you click on that dice, and it will give you society checks or whatever, and then you can ask the player what you want them to roll. So when you set it up, a pop-up is going to show up on their screen, and it says the GM wants you to roll a society check. And then you roll it, and it'll be a secret check. It gives your players a little more agency on secret checks, but also for new players, because the first time I played with 6 new players, and we're all new to Foundry and everything, and a lot of the game was spent just, where is this, where is that? So if you as the GM know, and you want them to roll initiative, you can literally just go and say, roll initiative, and the message will pop up, and you just have to click initiative, and it'll do it for you. So, really nice tool. It hasn't been officially released yet because they're still testing it out to make sure there's no issues with it, but it's probably going to be soon. And I tested it out the other day, and it was really cool. I just uninstalled it because there was an update, and I didn't reinstall it. What other one? Let's see. Difference. Health estimate, that's the one where you roll over and it says uninjured and stuff. I actually think it's a little distracting. I might take it off. Less fog is just to make it so, for example, the player here sees a little more of the areas he's already visited that he can't see. It'll show up a little there. Sunk. Mount up is for mounts. So let's say this is a mount, and this wizard is gonna get on top of them. Just mark them both. Right click. Mount. And now your wizard is on top of your horse. I have noticed a bug with this when you unmount. Oh, because I just have to move it. That sometimes it'll make your token smaller, especially when you use it for like, oh, he's unconscious, I'm gonna carry him. So it actually makes the character smaller, because it assumes more of a mount than a carry. And then, oh, there we go. That's a bug. So, yeah, use this at your own risk, I guess. Quick rolls is the one I showed you that you select the opponent and it will automatically calculate against their AC and such. Pathfinder UI, that's the one with all these colors, the mouse with the little finger and such, and all these colors, and you can change what kind of colors you want on it and such. Pings is the one where they can mark parts on the map. That's pretty much a copy from Roll20. Playlist importer, that just so for some reason Foundry makes you, when you load a song onto it, it makes it, you do it one by one. So this one just allows you to pretty much upload an entire playlist. Pop out is the one I showed you earlier, where they can pop out of their character sheets and move them around in a different window. Tidy UI, printable is for the chat logs. They can print them in a nicer format. Tidy UI just kind of collapses stuff a little better. Token hotbar. Can't remember that one, honestly. Yeah, I can't remember those. Oh yeah, that allows you to hotbar characters. Like if you want to just click here, like for a GM, if you want to have access to all your characters' character sheets, easier than just finding their token and double clicking them, you can have them up down here. Torch I showed you. Turn marker is the one with a little light underneath whose turn it was. Party overview. I don't remember. Honestly, I don't remember. And virtual tabletop assets is the tokenizer is the one that lets you make token art at the same time you're putting token art on a actor. And yeah, I think that's all I have to show right now. I find this pretty freaking awesome for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I don't think any of the other virtual tabletops has as much functionality as this one does. And the cool thing is, the Discord is full of such great people. Like literally, you can ask a question there, and they'll ask you right away. I've been bombarding them with questions, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I just asked something. Should I keep bothering them on that? No, they're super nice. There's some that will actually help you out with modules. Like, oh, I found an error in the compendium the other day where like all the equipment is marked as common, so there's no common and rare items. So katana should be uncommon. It's marked as common. So they're already working on fixing that. It's going to get fixed on the release of the APG, which should be in about a week's time. When everybody gets it, it's going to get uploaded. Yeah, the Discord, great stuff. It shows on people's shows on YouTube. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gave you a little bit of an idea of what this is, what it's like to play Pathfinder on Foundry. I'm sorry it took so long. I hope the audio is okay. I assume it's not. It's not the greatest. But yeah, I'm not a video maker, so I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, well, enjoy and have a great day.